What's going on, everyone? My name is Nick, and welcome to my drum garage. And to start things off by introducing myself, I thought we'd do a little quick recap of how I got here today and why I'm doing this still. So, drumming, been drumming almost 20 years, 19 years coming up this Christmas. Next year will be 20. And had 3 kits now in that time frame. This one being the newest one. Have my first kick drum over there. It's a 22x16 Verve kick drum. And I actually have the snare drum of that kit on here with my newest kit. So oldest snare drum, newest kit. And the snare drum is a 14 by 5.5 Verve. Cheap starter drum set. And I got an Evans Power Center reverse dot on it with the 300 snare side. Sounds pretty good. Can't complain. And the kit we're rocking is a Gretsch Renown RN2 with the 24 by 14 inch kick and a 13 by 9 rack tom with a 16 by 16 floor tom. And it was time. I was playing this PDP X7 for coming up on, this would be 15 years. I had that kit. So pretty crazy to say that I played that kit for 15 years. My birthday was actually this past Thursday, Thanksgiving. You're watching this a couple days later. But this is a gift to myself. And for what my 20s weren't, to a certain extent. My 20s weren't the best. I lost a lot of people, went through a lot of shit. But I never lost this. I never lost my passion for drums. I never lost my drive for learning all this, microphones, drums, anything that has to do with this instrument. It's truly what drives me. But today, we're not here to talk about any more of the past. We're here to talk about the future and going forward. I just want to teach to a certain degree. Like, I hate the word teaching, but if I can do this and have decent sounding drums in my garage, you can have decent sounding drums where you are too. So you don't have to go get a new kit like I did. This is just, a treat for myself. I can show you videos of my X7 kit and it sounds pretty good. So I just want to show you how to do this. You don't have to be you don't have to be drum beats online. You don't have to be any of these guys, Andrew Masters, like the recording guys that have the nice spaces and everything. I'm grateful for my space. We're renting this house for my father. I've been in this garage for 12 years, 2013. So yeah, 12 years. I've been in this garage for 12 years. It's seen many renditions. Right now it's currently green, and I'm probably going to paint it just because it's not reflecting well off the drums. So probably going to paint soon, but I've been in this room for a while, and this is where I've learned how to do literally everything from, I didn't learn how to play drums in this room, but I learned how to, I'm no master, I'm no professional, right? Like, I'm not being paid by anybody to play drums or whatnot, at least not yet. The goal is to hopefully spread my knowledge and show you that I know how to do this and hopefully get a couple gigs along the way. So if that happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But that's just me being honest of my intentions, right? And got to pay the bills somehow, right? But at the end of the day, I just want to show you that you can do this. My biggest inspiration right now is Shannon Forrest. My God, his studio is awesome, and his videos have been awesome, and I want to do that. I feel like I can offer that to somebody who's doing it like me, not on the cheap end. Like, I don't have cheap gear by any means, but like, you don't need a fancy big space. You don't need, a whole bunch. I don't have any outboard gear. I just have 2 interfaces and a couple preamps and 2 laptops. That's how I'm running the videos and everything. But anyway, let's get into the nitty gritty of the kit. Like I said, rocking the Gretsch Renown, and we have Remo Clear Emperors on top of the toms with the Gretsch standard clear bottoms. Now, I know the title of this video says out of the box tones, but the problem with the kick head that came with it is it's warped and it didn't sit on the shell properly. So I'm not risking my brand new shell because the head's not right. So on the drum right now, we have the Evans UV Mad, as I call it. The UV Mad, just take out the E, UV Mad, UB Mad. I don't know, I think it's funny. Evans UV Mad. And I have that with the skinny strip on. That's how it came. So I figured that's how the head came. Let's throw it on. There's nothing inside the kick drum. No pillows, no dampening, no nothing. There's no porthole in the front for any of the kick sounds. You'll see that in the other angle. All the microphones for the kick are on the outside of the drum. That's it. Toms are wide open. No gel on them. No cotton balls on the inside. Just clear Emperors on top. The clear standards on the bottom that came with the kit. And like I said, out of the box tones. Like, minus the kick. I tuned the kick up a little bit because the kick didn't come with the heads on, but these toms are pretty much where they were. And then my snare drum I've tuned accordingly to the rest of the kit. Now, eventually I will throw Evans G1s across the board on everything, snare and the toms, and tom reso heads as well. This is not an endorsement of Evans. It's just what I'm in the mood right now. A lot of my favorite players are playing Evans, Aaron Sterling, Mike Johnston. I can go down the list. There's just two. I literally have Mike Johnston's ride here. Like that's my ride symbol, is his ride symbol. So I'm a big Mike Johnston fan, I guess you could say, but I've learned so much from him. I kind of went with Gretsch because of him as well, for the most part. So gonna throw Evans G1s across the board, and then eventually I also have a set of UV2s, which snare, toms, and then already have the UV Mad on the drums. So let's go over microphones real quick. We're rocking a Glyn Johns kind of a setup here. We have a mono overhead, which the mono overhead is the Slate modeling mic, so we can have fun with tones there. And then to my right here, we have a MXR, whichever the company is, V67. So that's the Glyn Johns. It's not direct. The mono overhead isn't directly over the snare drum. It's more directly over the kick and the snare, kind of splitting it even. So you might hear some pull one way or another, but there's going to be more information coming through. And I'm actually going to show you a basic out-of-the-box kit, which was just 4 microphones. And then I'm going to show you the full setup, which is what I have going on now. So to continue on with the mics, those are the overheads. We have technically 2 rooms going on. We have what I call the walk in the room. Like if you're just walking the door, that's where the microphone is. So kind of picking up if you were just standing, walking right into the room. And then we have back corner over here. So they're kind of directly opposite each other. But then that is a pencil condenser. I don't remember the brand or whatnot, model number, N1 something by new. It's a cheap newer mic, and it's a omnidirectional. It's an omnidirectional right now. So I haven't used that yet. Haven't pulled that up. Haven't listened to it. So we're just going raw. I have a little monitor mix going to my ears, but that's it. Now for snare drum, we just have the one Beta 57 on top. That's it. No bottom mic right now. Just rocking the top. Toms are the Q72 Samson. Comes with the mic pack, standard mic pack. Not the most expensive microphones. Again, trying to show you that you could do this at home without breaking the bank. And then for kick drum, we have 3 microphones on the kick drum. We have my Aston Origin, which is, sort of an expensive microphone, large diaphragm condenser. We have the Samson Q71, which comes with that microphone pack, like I mentioned, with the other tom mics. And then we also have a Pile Pro fake SM57 on what I'm calling the kick smack mic, which is placed directly on the kick beater. And I believe that's it. Those are all the microphones I'm rocking. Now, normally, Slate mic would be a room mic, and I would have fun with that there, but we're going to have fun with it as the overhead. It'll be a little bit different compared to the side mic as in the Glyn John setup. So eventually I might take one of the other V67s I have, match pair, throw that as the mono overhead, have those be the same, and then mess with the crotch mic or front of kit mic to get that center image and have like a 3 mic thing going, and then maybe have more microphones on the kit and pull those in and see how it sounds. But for the most part, for the time being, you're going to see videos with, quote, out-of-the-box tones around it somewhere for the most part, and then eventually I'm going to throw those G1s on and eventually the UV2 codeds on. So without further ado, let's play some drums.